Hi everyone, Chris Natzke here with Black Belt Leadership Speaking and Coaching with your Mind of a Champion Tip of the Week live on Facebook. You know, I have the honor to each year go around and go to several groups around the country and share my message of Black Belt leadership and my Mind of a Champion principles with several groups. And one of the things that I oftentimes will share with groups is how our negative stories that we continue to recycle in our lives, how much of an impact they have on us, and how we really have an opportunity and the ability to overcome those negative stories by channeling our energy on what I call forward-focused thinking. Now, what I mean by that is that even though when negative things and challenges arise, we still want to embrace those. We still want to look at them. We don't want to ignore them. But what happens is we get caught in stories on how difficult things are, and what that does is it impedes our ability to move through them. On the contrary, what we want to do is we want to feel those feelings when we have frustration in our lives, when we have challenges, look at them for what they are. And if they make you upset, if they make you angry, if they make you frustrated, feel those, but then let that go so you can take appropriate action by focusing forward on what needs to get done. And one of the ways I illustrate this with audiences is I'll oftentimes have them go together in pairs, so two people in a group, and I'll have them share a challenge that they're currently dealing with in their life that, of course, they're comfortable sharing. But what I do to set it off is I say, when you explain this to your partner, what I want you to do is get totally animated. I want you to access your inner Tom Hanks or Meryl Streep and get as angry and emotional as you want. Just let it all out. And so, it starts off a little slow at the beginning, and pretty soon you see arms waving and voices being raised and their eyes are wide, et cetera, and both partners get a chance to do that. And then I say, okay, great, let's stop that part of the exercise, but now let's do the following. Let's answer these 4 questions about that exact same problem. And these are the 4 questions that I'm going to share with you now that I think when we ask ourselves these questions and then we really listen to the answers, this allows us to move through those challenging times with ease and grace and power. So the first question is this: when you're dealing with that challenge, is what's really happening here? Once again, when things happen in our lives that get us upset and get us agitated, get us frustrated, it brings up emotion, and that's okay. And that's all right. It's okay to be upset. But what most of us do is we stay in that story. And so what this question says is, okay, what's really happening here? So for instance, let's say, it's 5 o'clock on a Friday, you're getting ready for a big weekend, and your boss puts down a report that he needs first thing on 8 o'clock on Monday morning. Now in your mind, it's like, oh my God, this guy's such a jerk. He's so disorganized. He always gives me stuff last minute, then it impacts me. That's the story. What's really happening is he gave you a report at 5 o'clock on a Friday and asked it to be completed on Monday at 8 a.m. Now, doesn't mean you don't get upset, doesn't mean that there aren't emotions that come up, but when you extract the emotion, now you can start working on it. Because unfortunately, what many of us do is we stay in those stories for days or weeks and sometimes even years or lifetimes. What we want to do is get beyond those so we can start working on the solution, which in this case might be having a heart-to-heart with your boss. All right, question number 2 is, what are the positives of this situation? Now, man, you might say, wow, this is something negative that's happening in my life. How are there positives? Well, I'm going to challenge us all on something, myself included, is that when we have difficult times in our lives, I think that when you look back at those now, after you've been able to move through those, you can see that some of those are some of the most impactful and educating times in your life. For instance, maybe it was a fact that you lost a job, but that caused you to then look at something different and maybe open up your own business or find a career that you absolutely love now. It might have been a relationship that ended in which you really were devastated by, but now you've come out on the other side and you're more powerful than you ever thought you could be. Or it might be that an illness that you had and that you overcame, and you had to learn how to really be courageous and persistent. And now it's given you this gift of really valuing life in your relationships. So what are the positives of this situation? And rather than wait when you're through them, take a look at it now, because it can help you move through those faster. Question number 3 is, what's a solution here? What's a solution? You know, it's often been said that the quality of our life is in direct proportion to the quality of questions we ask ourselves, right? So when challenges arise and we say, oh my gosh, why does this always happen to me? Why is this happening again? Those are disempowering questions. And I ask them of myself sometimes too. So I'm speaking to the choir here. But the fact of the matter is when we focus on and we make those empowering questions like, what can I learn here? What's the solution in this situation? What can I do to make this better? When we start doing that kind of questioning inside of ourselves, things start to open up because we will clearly see what we're looking for. So when you're looking for a solution and you're proactive about it, you'll start to see those. And then finally, is what can you do to make it happen? You know, I think that when we're in life, we are oftentimes happiest when we are steadily moving toward a challenge. That's just one of my core beliefs. I just know that in my own life and in my clients and in my students that I've been able to serve throughout the years. I mean, think of the projects that you're currently involved in that are the ones that bring you the most joy. There's most likely some bit of challenge in that. Otherwise, it would be too boring. You wouldn't want to do it. So when we know that we have an issue or a challenge, but we can take some action to make some progress around it, we can get excited, we get engaged, and pretty soon solutions start opening up for us as well. But we have to take the action. So ask yourself, what can you do to make it happen? And then take that action. So there you have it, my friends. There are 4 key questions to ask to maintain yourself on forward-focused thinking. And that takes us from a problem-based way of looking at a situation to a solution-based. And I'd encourage you to play with these this week. When you have challenges that happen in your life, in your business, in your relationships, etc., pause and ask yourself, what's really happening here? Number 2, what's positive about this? Number 3, what's a solution? And then number 4, what can you do to make it happen? So there you have it, my friends. This is my latest message with the Mind of a Champion tip of the week. As always, I hope you found this useful. If you'd like, please comment, please like it, please share it. And also, let me know if there are any other subjects you'd love me to kind of riff on as well. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time on the Mind of a Champion tip of the week.